This recording is published by Langogh, 2025. This recording is copyright. This is the IELTS listening test. You will hear a number of different recordings and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. You will hear a man or woman speaking to a group of people. You will be asked to answer questions based on the recording. You will have 30 seconds to read the questions before the recording begins. Now listen carefully and answer questions.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today's lecture focuses on one of the most transformative phenomena in modern business, the evolution of digital marketing. Over the past 3 decades, we've witnessed a complete revolution in how companies communicate with consumers, build brand awareness, and drive sales. I'll take you through this fascinating journey, examining the key phases, technological innovations, and strategic shifts that have shaped the digital marketing landscape we know today. Let's begin by stepping back to the mid-1990s, when the internet was still in its infancy. The first wave of digital marketing was remarkably primitive by today's standards. Companies were just beginning to recognize the potential of this new medium. The initial platform used for advertising was email. Businesses quickly realized they could reach thousands of potential customers instantly at virtually no cost. Early email marketing campaigns were often unsophisticated, consisting of simple text messages with basic offers. However, they represented a radical departure from traditional advertising methods. Unlike television commercials or print advertisements, email allowed for direct, measurable interaction with consumers. During this early period, marketers were obsessed with quantifying their success. The primary metric measured was click rates. Companies would send out thousands of emails and meticulously track how many recipients actually clicked on embedded links. This was revolutionary because, for the first time, advertisers could precisely measure consumer engagement rather than relying on estimated viewership or readership figures. A 2% click rate was considered excellent in those days, though such numbers would be disappointing by contemporary standards. As we moved into the early 2000s, websites became more sophisticated, and search engine marketing emerged as a dominant force. Google's AdWords platform, launched in 2000, fundamentally changed how businesses approached online advertising. Companies could now bid on keywords and have their advertisements appear alongside relevant search results. This pay-per-click model was groundbreaking because it meant businesses only paid when someone actually engaged with their advertisement. However, the real transformation came with the rise of social media platforms in the mid to late 2000s. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and later platforms like TikTok created entirely new paradigms for digital marketing. The most significant change was the shift to two-way communication. Unlike traditional advertising, which broadcast messages to passive audiences, social media enabled genuine conversations between brands and consumers. Companies could no longer simply talk at their customers, they had to engage with them, respond to feedback, and participate in ongoing dialogues. This social media revolution also gave birth to a new advertising approach, influencer marketing. Brands discovered that consumers were more likely to trust recommendations from individuals they followed and admired than from corporate advertisements. Fashion companies, beauty brands, and lifestyle products were among the first to capitalize on this trend, partnering with social media personalities who had cultivated large, engaged followings. These influencers could showcase products in authentic contexts, making endorsements feel more like friendly recommendations than paid promotions. As social media platforms matured, they developed increasingly sophisticated advertising tools. Facebook's advertising platform, for instance, allowed businesses to target users with extraordinary precision based on demographics, interests, behaviors, and even life events. This targeting capability was unprecedented in the history of advertising. A wedding dress retailer, for example, could specifically target women who had recently changed their relationship status to engaged, ensuring their advertisements reached the most relevant audience possible. This brings us to one of the most significant developments in digital marketing, the data revolution. Companies now collect consumer behavior data on an unprecedented scale. Every click, every page view, every purchase, and every abandoned shopping cart generates data that can be analyzed to understand consumer preferences and predict future actions. This wealth of information has transformed marketing from an intuitive art into a highly analytical science. Leveraging this data, advertisements are becoming increasingly personalized. Gone are the days of one-size-fits-all marketing messages. Today's digital marketing campaigns use complex algorithms to deliver customized content to individual consumers based on their browsing history, purchase patterns, and demographic profiles. If you've ever noticed that advertisements seem to follow you around the internet after you've browsed a particular product, you've experienced retargeting, one of the most common personalization techniques. Another pivotal shift has been the dominance of mobile marketing. The proliferation of smartphones has fundamentally altered how consumers interact with digital content and, consequently, how marketers reach them. Current statistics indicate that over 60% of internet traffic now comes from mobile devices. This mobile-first reality has forced marketers to completely rethink their strategies. Websites must be optimized for small screens, and advertisements must be designed for quick consumption during brief moments of attention. Within mobile marketing, the most effective strategy has proven to be push notifications. These short messages, delivered directly to users' devices, have remarkable engagement rates when used appropriately. They can alert customers to special offers, remind them about abandoned shopping carts, or provide personalized recommendations. However, marketers must be careful not to overuse this tool, as excessive notifications can lead users to disable them or even uninstall applications entirely. Video content has also emerged as a dominant force in digital marketing. Platforms like YouTube, which is now the second largest search engine after Google, have become crucial marketing channels. Short-form video content on platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels has proven particularly effective for reaching younger demographics. These platforms favor authentic, creative content over polished corporate productions, forcing brands to adapt their messaging styles. Looking toward the future, we're seeing the emergence of several exciting trends that will shape the next phase of digital marketing evolution. The emerging technology that's generating the most excitement is artificial intelligence. AI is already being used to automate customer service through chatbots, optimize advertising bids in real time, predict consumer behavior, and even generate marketing content. As these technologies become more sophisticated, they'll enable even more precise targeting and personalization. Virtual and augmented reality technologies are also beginning to influence marketing strategies. Several forward-thinking brands are creating immersive experiences that allow consumers to virtually try products before purchasing them. Furniture retailers, for instance, use augmented reality applications that let customers visualize how items would look in their homes. Automotive companies offer virtual test drives. These immersive experiences represent the focus of future campaigns, as brands seek to create memorable, engaging interactions that transcend traditional advertising formats. Voice search optimization is another emerging priority. With the proliferation of smart speakers and voice-activated assistants, consumers are increasingly using voice commands to search for information and make purchases. This shift requires marketers to optimize their content for conversational queries rather than the keyword-based searches that dominated the earlier internet era. Privacy concerns are also shaping the future of digital marketing. Regulations like the European Union's General Data Protection Regulation and California's Consumer Privacy Act have imposed strict requirements on how companies collect and use consumer data. The impending deprecation of third-party cookies, which have long been fundamental to digital advertising, is forcing marketers to develop new strategies for tracking and targeting consumers while respecting their privacy preferences. In conclusion, the evolution of digital marketing represents one of the most rapid and comprehensive transformations in business history, from simple email campaigns to sophisticated, AI-powered personalization engines, from one-way broadcasting to genuine two-way conversations, and from desktop-focused strategies to mobile-first approaches. The field has been in constant flux. As we look ahead, the pace of change shows no signs of slowing. Successful marketers will be those who remain adaptable, embrace new technologies, and never lose sight of the fundamental goal: creating meaningful connections with consumers. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to discussing these topics further during our next session.
Visit langogh.com to view the answers to these questions or to access more tests.